Minister, fellow coaches, and most importantly, XAVIER sportsmen, XAVIER rugby players. Firstly, a big thank you to Mr. Varsity, Mr. DeFalco, Mr. Matthews, and the administration for their continued support. I know I echo the words about previous coaches, but I don't think it goes amiss. Secondly, to my fellow coaches, Amy Matthews and Steve Bailey, who cannot be with us tonight. We have each made invaluable contributions to the success of this year and the future of the varsity program. To the coaches who prepared before us, once again, thank you. I am extremely excited about what comes in the future. A special thanks to Jay Ellison, the resident SNC coach, who is already making his presence felt yet again in the weight room. To our fixer, to Muse. I'm not sure if I'll ever get the memory of this past weekend's motivational speech out of my brain. Thank you very much for keeping them fit and healthy through the season. Coach Ski is also our resident and absent Instagram man. Thank you to him in his absence for giving of his extra time. Time sometimes in the middle of the night as he's finishing up his other job. Thank you for the time that you give to create an ever-improving and leading high school rugby social media platform. Possibly the best in the country. A huge thank you for all of us. Lastly, to our conciliary, Mr. Levine, for being our joyful journalist, our wonderful liaison between program and our parents, and a very big thank you, and it's been wonderful to have you on board again. To the parents, for your continued support, from the sidelines to behind the scenes, feeding at home games or state championships this weekend. Thank you very much. A special thanks to Ms. Kelly and Ms. Moranzoni for coordinating all of this. I know that somebody wants to say something later on in that regard, so I'll need that time a bit later, okay? Thank you, Kelly, for all your hard work, for taking that off our plate, just like Joe said. It really makes coaching a team the easiest thing to do. Thank you. To the players themselves, thank you for a wonderful year. Your dedication, brotherhood, high standards, and commitment to hard work has made our task a lot easier, and a great example to those that will follow you. Often the season is measured in wins and losses. In that regard, the stats read as follows. With a record of 26 games played, 11 losses and 15 wins, 5th at the Nationals tournament and a New York State Championship this past weekend, it has been a successful season. Congratulations. I'm extremely grateful, actually, for a season such as this. We returned from a Vancouver tour where we had a classic win against Shonaghan, but we were beaten by St. George's. It was particularly hard, I think, for teenagers to understand that St. George's paid us after 4 days of intensive prep, specifically aimed at us. And we won our 3rd game in 5 days. But that loss really seemed to have affected us. And we came back lacking confidence and in true quality. But the subsequent losses to Penn and the April 20th loss to Greenwich really hurt our confidence even further. But there's one thing I've learned. Once again, maybe we thank the genes, maybe we thank the environment. But New York City's XAVIER men are not players you would want to go toe-to-toe with on a regular basis. And they decided to redesign. They decided that they needed to redesign. And so the team set about redesigning their system, changing perhaps from a traditional 1-3-3-1 system to something a little more forward dominant, with a touch of flair on the outside. Thanks. A system which seemed, if anything, to change their mindset and give them a reawakened confidence. We brought up some really strong sophomores and allowed them to activate against some tough opposition. Gonzaga and St. Ignatius certainly is a baptism of fire. But they proved themselves at Nationals, and I'm extremely excited to see where they go from here. Ultimately, we played some of our best rugby this past Sunday, and perhaps made up for those crazy against the norm losses. One thing I've learned being a diehard Springbok fan has taught me is that sometimes, whilst a loss can be hard to swallow, it is the best lesson. Winning when it truly counts, now by that I mean nationals and states, is the reward for the lessons hard work. Avenging the losses against Greenwich and Penn were massive for these young men. They needed that for their self-confidence, for their belief in themselves as a team, and in the knowledge that success sometimes only comes with failure. This year, I prefaced the season by referring to rugby as a wonderful medium to learn some of life's greatest lessons. Whilst the most obvious lessons are centered on the field, lessons such as teamwork, sportsmanship, hard work, discipline, and dedication, perhaps it is also the lessons that are not directly connected. Perseverance, respect, resilience, human connection, understanding, and possibly even compassion. These are all lessons that the team of 2024 have learned this year. These lessons and the experiences shape and mold you to who you are and will become in the future. Many of the friendships you have made this year will last well past this evening. Remember this time and everything that you have gained. Lessons well learned. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call up the players who represented the varsity, either A, B, or were called up from sophomore level. Please line up on the left-hand side there and come up onto the stage and begin the score. In order to receive a varsity rugby letter, you need to have represented or run onto a field for a varsity team. Nicholas Adelaide, James Allison, Frank Nkona, Griffin Apostle, Liam Arrow, Matthew Banbury, Adam Bulamali, Brian Colbo, Paul Daly, Oscar DeVilliers, Thomas Gillis, Daniel Edwards, Connor and Jimmy, Gianni Judy, Vance Johnson, James Johnson, Christopher Killen, Jeremy Kowalski, Sean Cole, Ian Lafferty, Jude LaRocca, Alexander Leone, Christopher Lobo, Patrick Long, Benedetto Gloria, Edward Marquez Miles, Owen McBride, Patrick McNerney, Mehdi Marat, Brendan Myers, Rob Malachi, Michael Niewczewski, Ethan Mock, Hanoi Nelson, Ryan Pena, Luca Rashmil, Ethan Rosa, William Scaliano, Aidan Shire, Evan Sheridan, Aidan Smith, Nicholas Song, Liam Travis, Matthew Varentia, Christopher Williams, Max Wyckoff, Emir Yüksel, and Alexander Zagoris.
forgive me, I'm going to be bouncing around. I think we just changed the order, all of us. Please bear with me. I'm going to start with the best forward and best back for each team. I do not think that there has been a more dedicated